Hello, hello and welcome back, or welcome. It's finally time to do a whole video on Holly Martin books, because we all know, love me some Holly Martin, absolute favourite, like love all of her books, I'm obsessed. There are a couple, a small selection that I have not yet read, but I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this Holly Martin focus now because I want to, and I want to talk about her books. That's kind of my reasoning. So I do have a ratty piece of paper that I keep on the side of my bookshelves so that I know which ones I've read. Now, I have not read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of her books. But by the time that you see this video, I may have read another one of those. And one I don't think I can get hold of. So that's a bit less fortunate. But it's fine. We're going to run through them. I've got all the books laid out here. I'm not really sure what order we're going to do this in. I'm just going to kind of loosely tell you about the books. But I can't fully remember because they are kind of similar in some ways. So I might need to refresh my memory by reading some of the blurbs. You love it when I do that because I mumble like a fool because I can't read. Anyway, let's go through them. Now, we'll do some of the individual ones. Yeah, we'll do the individual ones first. Now, this is in no particular order. The Summer of Chasing Dreams. I read this one last year. This was really enjoyable. This was essentially about a woman whose mother has passed away, as I hope my memory is right here. She lives kind of a very narrow, kind of boring life, and I think her mum wanted to kind of like travel and stuff like that. So she's like, right, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to use kind of the inheritance or whatever to kind of do an around the world tour. So she goes to this company, and obviously there's like a hunky man there. They hate each other, and then she kind of ends up being the person, he ends up being the person that she goes away with, and you know, classic romance. These are all very predictable. I'm not really kind of giving away anything about the books because it's all written on the blurb. It was very enjoyable. Very much kind of if you want to explore the world through a book and have a little bit of cheeky romance, a little bit of angst in there. This is a good one. This is a good one for that. Next, a book that I haven't read. This was featured in one of my recent videos about books I want to read soon, and this was also featured in a video I did a long time ago about books that I predict I'm going to give 5 stars to, and I still haven't read them all because it's just the way life goes. That is Fairy Tale Beginnings. Now, this one is kind of Disney romance vibes. I'm obsessed with Disney, so that's why I think I'm going to give this 5 stars. It's very much kind of, this has actually been renamed, by the way, as Secrets of Clover Castle or Secrets at Clover Castle. Can't remember which one, but if you're looking for this one now, it's no longer called Fairy Tale Beginnings, it's called Secrets at Clover Castle. So this one is about these 2 people who kind of find this Cinderella type castle, and kind of, I guess they're exploring it and each other, and they end up romantically involved, as do every character in a Holly Martin book. Also, the guest book at Willow Cottage. I think I read this one last year as well. This one is kind of written in messages of a guest book. It's kind of a bit like funny in places because people are a bit cringy in it. So they're basically writing in a guest book at a cottage, kind of messages to each other, but obviously because there's nothing else in the book, it's just the letters, or just the messages. Some of them are very revealing, and it's entertaining. This one's very small as well, so this one is kind of a very quick Holly Martin read. It's only 200 pages. Next, another one I haven't read yet. This one is A Home on Bramble Hill. I don't know what this is about. Joe, I'm going to read it to you. It's not Joe, it's Joy. Joy Cartier has been to some of the most beautiful places in the world, but none of them have ever felt quite like home. So moving into a tiny cottage in the idyllic village of Bramble Hill, walking distance from her childhood home, seems like the perfect plan. That is, until she gets there. The surly inhabitants of Britain's friendliest village are anything but welcoming. Even her neighbour, reclusive Hollywood star, Finn Mackenzie, takes one look at her and walks in the other direction. When the village animosity steps up a gear, it's the infuriatingly brooding Finn who keeps coming to her rescue. slowly Joy begins to realise that maybe a happy home isn't about where you live, but who you're with. Another romance. But this one's obviously got like a bit of angsty village vibes. Ooh, bit of angsty village vibes, nice. Okay, next is one that, this is the part that I may have read by the time you see this video. Now, the Happiness series, 2 books. You've got The Little Village of Happiness, which I've read, which is why my bookmark is here. This was The Little Village of Happiness. And then here we have The Gift of Happiness, which is a Christmas book. Now, I don't know what The Gift of Happiness is going to be about, but The Little Village of Happiness is essentially this village where you can go. It's kind of owned by these people and they rent out the buildings and everything. So what they say to you is, come and bring a business here for a year. You can live here, do your business in a shop. And if you want to stay, after that you can pay and you can stay. But it's called The Little Village of Happiness, but the woman turns up and it's not really that happy. So she kind of puts the effort. My phone's ringing. Oh, hold on. Hello?
Do you know if there's a car jack in your car, babe? Hi, by the way.
Hi, I'm just in the middle of filming. My boyfriend is working on his car and he needs the jack that's in my car. I was like, do you mind? I'm in the middle of filming a video. Anyway, where was I? I'm lost now. Little Village of Happiness, yeah, she goes there and she's kind of trying to bring some happiness into it. Obviously, she meets a beau. The thing is, with all these Holly Martin books, is that the main male character always ends up being like, oh, yes, I'd marry him. I'll have 2, please. You know, they're always like, sometimes they can start off a little bit moody, but as they develop, you're like, oh, yes, I'll have you. I'll have you. I'll move to your village. Where do you live? Be there right now. Just give me time to get in the car. That's all I need. They're so good. I love the characters. So yeah, that's those 2. By the time you've seen this video, I may very well have read The Gift of Happiness, potentially. Now, what else have we got? Okay, 100 Proposals. I have read this one. There is a secondary part of it, which is 100 Christmas 100 Christmas Proposals, which I haven't read. I think that was the one that I couldn't get. I don't know if I've looked if you can get it on Kindle. Let me have a look so I'm giving you accurate information. Amazon 100 Christmas Proposals, or have I just not read it yet? Proposals. Let's have a little look. 100 Christmas Proposals. Oh, it's $2.99 on Kindle. Oh, it says I bought it. So I've obviously just not read it yet. So you can buy it. I just haven't read it yet. So this one essentially is about these 2 friends who run a proposal website, a proposal business, sorry. So what they do is, say for example, I went to them, I was like, I want to propose. I mean, I don't plan on doing so, but you know, I'm leaving that to the other half. If I was like, I want to propose and I want to do it in Disneyland, in the Cinderella Castle, or I want to do it in a hot air balloon in the sky. They organise it. And part of kind of their marketing and stuff, these 2 friends, the guy and the girl, they do love each other, but they just don't realise it yet, or they won't admit it yet. They do kind of 100 fake proposals, or he does to her. And eventually, you know, is she going to give in or is she not? 100 proposals to find out. It's obviously another love story. But yeah, there's a second one to that as well, which I have not read yet. Okay, this was, I think, the first... this wasn't the first full series that I read, but the first ever Holly Martin book that I read is in this. Now, this is the Whitecliff Bay series. We're on to full series now. Whitecliff Bay series. We have Christmas at Lilac Cottage, Snowflakes on Silver Cove, and Summer at Rose Island. Summer at Rose Island is the first ever Holly Martin book I read. Absolutely loved it. I reread it recently, so I think I've read these 2 Christmassy ones in December, and I read Summer at Rose Island in January. I'm going to have to remind myself what these are all about. Okay, so Henry and his daughter Daisy arrive for the festive season. Okay, so Christmas at Lilac Cottage, I think, was about this woman who rents out her house. A man and his daughter move in. This one's quite funny. There's a few chuckles in it. Obviously, romance, as always. Is quite Christmassy vibes. Snowflakes on Silver Cove. I think this one wasn't fully as much Christmas vibes. This one is about Libby and George. They are also featured in this book here, Summer at Rose Island. What happens? I think they're friends. Yeah, they're like friends and neighbours, so it's like besties to lovers vibes, that one. Summer at Rose Island is about a woman who moves to the area and she swims in the sea. She goes to a lighthouse. There's a moody man that lives there. He's American and he's like, get off my land. And essentially it's about him, his lighthouse. His lighthouse is going to be demolished by compulsory purchase order. And it's them kind of breaking down their boundaries. This one's a bit of enemies to lovers vibes with kind of nice village homey concept in there as well. I'm completely messing up the order of these books. Okay, next we've got a Town Called Christmas series. Now I think the first one is Christmas Under a Cranberry Sky and second is A Town Called Christmas. Christmas Under a Cranberry Sky. These ones were cute. I really enjoyed these ones. So these ones had like really good visualization in them. I could kind of picture, and I can even picture now, kind of the scenes that I made in my mind. There's essentially, I don't think if this is exactly what it's kind of on, but there's this hotel on the island or whatever. And is that right? Yeah, I think so. I'm just trying to read it. Okay, so in Christmas Under a Cranberry Sky, it's a woman who's a travel writer. She gets sent to this hotel. I think... Now, I'm not sure. I can't remember. I thought it was the owner of the hotel, but I don't think it is. That she ends up canoodling with. I'm not sure. Not sure, but that one's it is enjoyable. I remember it was good. I just don't remember what it was about. The other one, okay, Town Called Christmas is about a woman who manages it. Yeah, I feel like they both have links with the hotel. And I remember there's like an ice sculpture thing, which links in with another book. Yeah, I'll be honest, read these a long time ago, like a year ago. Can't remember, but I remember that they were really enjoyable. So maybe this is not the time of year to be marketing them. Hey ho. Right. Hope Island series. This video is going on, but I did spend a long time not being here because I was trying to unlock my car for the car jack. Hey ho. Hope Island series. We've got Spring at Blueberry Bay is the first one, then Summer at Buttercup Beach, and then Christmas at Mistletoe Cove. These books kind of look quite similar on the front, don't they? Spling a Splunk. Oh my god, we have a coughing fit now. Okay, Spring at Blueberry Bay. Bella has always had a sunny outlook. Oh yes, okay. This one is about this woman who finds a homeless man on her door. And then, does it give this away in here? No. So she makes friends with him and everything. But he's not quite what she seems. At the same time, I need a coughing fit so bad. It's not COVID. I just got flustered. At the same time, she's also going for a job and the manager is a big a-hole. And it's kind of the development of that, what happens in her job, what happens with this person's homeless guy, and from there. That one was quite good. I liked that one. Summer at Buttercup Beach. What happened in this one then? Don't think I remember this one much. Okay. So this is one of those where she's been in love with the guy for ages and not done anything about it. So that's that one. It's a slow developing romance type thing. Obviously it's not also in this book, but kind of the backdrop is a slow develop romance. Christmas at Mistletoe Cove. Okay, yeah, this is the same kind of thing, but Christmas vibes. This one's got characters that are featured within this whole series. So with Holly Martin series, they can be read individually, but like the Hope Island series, all of the characters are kind of featured within the books, but each book has a focus on a different set of characters. But they're in kind of the same setting as well, so it's quite nice. I like to read them in order if I can. Yeah, so this one is, again, kind of, I've been in love with him my whole life. He doesn't know. He treats me like his sister kind of thing. But this one's a little bit more kind of wholesome, I think, than the other one. Yeah, that's what I'd say. What else have we got? Sandcastle Bay series. Let's do those. I think this was the first full Holly Martin series that I read, so I don't remember them that well. Holiday Cottage by the Sea. Cottage on Sunshine Beach and Coming Home to Maple Cottage, which is a Christmassy one. Okay, so Sandcastle Bay, it's about Tori Graham, Mysterious Aidan Jackson. Okay, so this is one that's kind of, this woman comes to stay in this place. She stays in the holiday cottage of this angsty guy, ends up not being an angsty guy, as they do, you know, they're just kind of hard exterior, soft interior, that vibe. This one was very, very romantic, if I remember correctly. Some of them are a bit more romantic than others, some of them are a bit more sexy than others. I think this one was quite a romancy one. Second in the series, okay, so it's that woman's best friend, Melody. And she's getting with the other really moody guy. This series is just like moody to friends kind of thing. I think that guy's a joker in the second book. I think he's in Cottage on Sunshine Beach, I think he's the not settling down type. So it's one of those where he's like, I'm a player. And then, you know, he's not actually. Okay, third one. This is Coming Home to Maple Cottage. I don't really remember much of this one at all, to be honest, so I'm obviously due a reread. Something about, so everyone's got a cottage. This woman and her nephew have got a cottage. Someone died. Oh, I vaguely remember. I think this is an older, is it? Do you know what, these characters were mentioned in the Happiness, in the little Village of Happiness. I've just realised. This one is kind of a family setting type one. There's a little one involved. There was another book that I've read recently which had a little one involved, but I can't remember which one it was. It's more kind of the family vibes rather than, there's a bit of romance, but it's less sexy, more family vibes, that one. Okay, last series. We're just rattling through these. Now, this series I haven't finished completely. It's 5 books, and I've actually read the most recent 3, but not the first 2, because Holly sent them to me as ebooks for review copies before they came out, but I never have read the first 2, so I will do at some point this year. I'll probably reread this whole series because some of the last books I really, really loved. They're great books. So first is Sunrise Over Sapphire Bay. Now this one, even when sisters clothing sky left and study. Okay, so Jewel Island, a couple of different people, family-run hotel, struggling to make a profit. Oh, okay. This guy comes in. He's under fortune, making hotels a success. Is he going to help this woman? And then obviously they're gonna, you know, have the sex. Good luck to them. Enjoy. Next is someone who's already been mentioned on the blurb of there. She's back at home on Jewel Island, teaching dance to the guests at the beautiful Sapphire Bay Hotel. Okay, when she left London, she left behind devastating betrayal. Hasn't been able to date anyone since, let alone allow herself to fall in love. Oh, someone's back in town. There's chemistry. Oh, okay, so it's kind of this one's a rekindling type vibes. That's Autumn Skies Over Ruby Falls, by the way. That one's a rekindling. Now, next 3, so I haven't read those 2. Last 3 I have read. These are also part of the Jewel Island series. Ice Creams at Emerald Cove. This one, there's definitely an ice cream shop in this one. I remember that very clearly. Sky and Jessie have a complicated relationship. They've been neighbours, best friends, even been briefly married. Is this that one? Okay, so this one is, there's these 2 people who get married for citizenship, not for love, but actually they're secretly loving each other. But then they separate, they do their own thing, but they really miss each other and they still love each other. So it's kind of the separate, but not for sad reasons, just because they did what they needed to do, and then kind of what happens next. Yeah, and that one does have an ice cream shop in it as well, so it makes you want to eat ice cream. Sunlight Over Crystal Sands, again Jewel Island. Okay, so there's a woman, she has her own little cottage and a brand new job, falls off a bike or something, lands into the lap of a handsome man, as you do. Doesn't happen in my life, but there you get what I mean. you know, I don't think it depends if my boyfriend catches me, doesn't it? Okay. Feeling good, I have been more careful. Okay, so the guy disappears. She's like, I'm going to be more careful. I'm going to stay away from him. We know what's going to happen there, don't we? So that one's Sunlight Over Crystal Sands. And last one is Mistletoe at Moonstone Lake. This one I think was very Christmassy. Okay, so there's an artist going to the island. A fiancé breaks off their engagement before the Christmas Eve wedding. Wow, that's a bad Christmas. She's going to put her heartbreak behind her, but then she comes across a man. New man. Connection is instant, but they have a secret, and the deeper she and Kit fall for one another, the harder it is to keep that secret. Ooh, okay. So this one is like heartbreak to love and drama. Ooh. Oh, we love to see it. So yeah, that's the last book. Those are all of the Holly Martin books. Now this is Lorna of the Future, just putting in a clip here because I forgot to mention 2 books because I haven't got physical copies of them. Tied Up with Love, you can only get on Kindle. I can't remember what it was about, but I did read it. And there's also The Blossom Tree of Dreams, which is by far my favourite Holly Martin book ever. I just don't have a physical copy yet. Is essentially, it's going to be a series. The next one is going to be The Wisteria Tree of Love. It is about this woman who kind of meets this guy, they have a one-night stand, and she gets pregnant. Oops the daisy. And then she goes to find him, and he works in kind of the Welsh, South Wales, near the sea, and runs this place which is like tree houses, and it's just so beautiful, it's so pretty. It was definitely my favourite. But yeah, forgot to mention those 2 books, so I'll just sneakily put this clip in. Back to Lorna of 5 minutes ago. There are more coming out this year. She's always bringing out so many books. I just absolutely love all of her books. They're just, oof, they're amazing. If you want kind of easy reading romance, if you love a romance, you'll like a Holly Martin book. They're just so enjoyable, massively enjoyable. In terms of series, I mean, I haven't read the whole Jill Lynon series, but I love the last 3 books, so I'd probably recommend that one. The Whitecliff Bay series, definitely enjoyable, but that has got 2 Christmas books in it. So maybe the Hope Island series, that one is Spring at Blueberry Bay, Summer at Buttercup Beach, and Christmas at Mistletoe Cove. Definitely love those. I mean, I love all of her books, so, you know, just don't read them. I love them. And tell me which ones you've read as well. Tell me which ones you like. When you've read them, pop me a message on Instagram, tell me what your thoughts are. What you liked, etc, etc. Would love to hear it because I love speaking to other people who love Holly Martin. I'm obsessed. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!